What's up, guys? Midwest 2 Review here, back again. Let me go ahead and get this music turned off so we don't get copyrighted. All right. So I am I'm working on the transport wheels. You guys saw that. Let me get you guys set up in a tripod here. Oops. So we're working on the transport wheels. We're also doing a little bit of buffing on the truck. I'll show you guys that as well. And it's going to be a pretty simple video, but if you're interested in kind of seeing what I'm doing in the shop, you can follow along. So get this camera set up here, and we're going to start working on this pillar. Got some Meguiar's glaze here, fine cut cleaner polish, and that's what we're going to start on. Not going to do too much talking on this video. Hang on 1 second, guys. Let me get something to wipe this polish off with. Oh, 1 second, guys. I'm still looking here. I found something I can use. All right. This paint is 65 years old. So it doesn't take a lot to get it to, and there's no clear coat left on it. So when you're buffing it, if you're building a patina truck, just consider that, just think about that it's not going to take a lot of work to get it to buff up, shine up. And you guys can kind of see, maybe you can, there's the quality of the paint. Looked like that up there at first. A few minutes of buffing, we get it to that, right? We're not trying to go for show car, we're just trying to clean it up as best as we can. So we just kind of do a little bit of buffing on it, and be careful because you could burn through it really quick because there's no clear coat. So you guys probably already know all this. I'm just sharing it because it's something I learned. It may mean something to you, it may mean nothing to you. So I'm just sharing whatever little bit I do know about whatever I know. So I'll go ahead and get this lower portion here. I always start off a little bit slower on the buffer. Let the buffer do the work. do with my rag. I misplaced the rag that quickly. I sure did. Let me go grab another. No, I didn't. Here it is. We're just about ready to go put another coat of that white paint on the transport wheel, so we're going to go do that next here. With the wheel, I'm letting 10 minutes pass between coats. I'm only doing 2 coats of white. I don't need very much more than that. You don't want to put too thick of paint on there, on anything really. 2 to 3 coats is typically good for regular, application. But you guys see how quickly that transformed that surface. So, that's not bad. Let me clean off this glass my mirror or my camera lens here. Hang on a second, guys. Thought I did that. But there you go. So that kind of shows you what kind of paint you can achieve. We started with that over there and we ended with that right there with a few minutes of buffing. I mean, it looks even better in person, obviously. Most things do. You kind of get a little bit of that, the primer, the brown primer underneath of it, kind of showing that kind of, it's almost like it's creating its own extra patina look to it, right? Even a little profile surface down here looks pretty good. We got to paint this. We got to finish getting all this Bondo out right here. We're going to stop about there. We're going to grind all that Bondo out, and then we're going to paint that. We got ourselves as close of a match of paint we can get, which you can see down there. This was all bare, and now we've got paint on it, so we were able to color match it to some extent. I got to do some more stressing the paint, and then I can really get a chance to see how it's going to work out. You can see down here at this lower pillar here, and down there it really stands out, so we're going to have to knock that down a little bit. I tried it on this front fender down here at the bottom. You can kind of see it there too. We're going to end up doing that whole entire fender. I got to get some Bondo. I just thought about that, so I can go ahead and kind of fill those low spots in, let that dry up, and then we can go ahead and finish off that fender for what it's worth. So yeah, then we go ahead and do the second coat of paint on this wheel here. So I just did a fairly, I wouldn't say a light coat per se, but it wasn't a heavy coat. The idea was not to have the paint dripping. Obviously, you don't want a bunch of runs on it, even though this is just the white wall illusion. You can see right there, we've got a little bit of bubbling. So I don't know if I didn't clean that very good or what, but we may have to come back and address that later on because that's not looking right. So it's the first time ever doing this. I've never had GM transport wheels. So bound to learn and mess up something, but let's go ahead and do our second coat here. I'm actually going to hit this outside edge first. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that to blend in where those bubbles are at. They're probably just going to reappear. Typically that's what happens. I see a couple of spots where that's like that. So typically that means it's not very clean. Like you've got, some type of oil or something on there, cleaner. Oop, don't fall. Now, I've gone over a little bit more than like what you need it to, but I don't care about overspray because it's all going to get painted over anyway. Once this dries in a couple of days, we're going to come back and mask off the white, and then we're going to do the gloss black on there. So this is just showing you guys what the initial look is going to, the initial part of the process. But there you go. I don't want to get my coat in the paint. You can see there, that's pretty good. That's a rattle can, Rust-Oleum. Yeah, I'm just looking real close here, so the camera's at a weird angle. I apologize. Making sure I got no runs, making sure I got good coverage, because this is the only coat I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do another coat. So I want it right this first time. I see that Detroit Still Will made me like a top fan. I was kind of like, I wouldn't say I was trolling them a little bit. I was just saying like, hey, if I could afford your wheels, I'd probably have a set on there, and I wouldn't be doing this. So if Detroit Still Will, if you follow my YouTube channel, hook a brother up. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be good for now. All right, so that's the last and final coat of the white. I believe I had 10 minutes between the first and the second coat. So if there was any issues with the paint, which we saw a little bit of bubbling over here, we could address that. Like I said, that's not going to be a problem. Let that go ahead and dry up, and then there's certain things you can do to kind of blend that all in. Not going to be an issue. I painted a whole car with the rattle can before, believe it or not. Go back a couple of years of my videos, and I did a BMW, what was it? This 3 Series, 330i, 325i, 323i. I forgot what I had, but I did like the whole car in a rattle can. It turned out great. So yeah, there we go. So that's all done. The paint that I use for the truck is not Rust-Oleum. I have professionally made paint here. You can see this is from Sherwin-Williams. So I actually have formulations made up and then tailored to my personal account. So I can go back to any car that I've ever built, and I can have them make up my original paint colors in accordance with whatever color that I created. So yeah, so that means it's a good thing of working with a professional paint store or paint manufacturer. So those are done. Oh, that tire's done. I'm gonna do the other tire now. I gotta prep it. I'm gonna try to get the front 2 tires done today, and then I'll do the rear tires another day. But I'm gonna get this done first. So guys, if you're looking to do your wheels, this is the first stage of it. We're gonna let this dry over the next few days, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna mask off the white, and then we're gonna go ahead and apply the black, and then that'll be it, and we'll be done. So yeah, that's the process. So hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions about what we've done today, let me know. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.